Welcome to Science Lab with Mrs. Keener. Hi everyone. In today's lab, we're going to make a model of something called tectonic plates, which is part of the Earth. And today's lab is very special. At the end of today's lab, you're going to be able to eat your model because we're going to make it out of things that are edible. Tectonic plates are giant slabs of rock under the surface of the Earth. They're one of the layers of the Earth. And we're going to model those tectonic plates using something like a cracker or a cookie. If you don't have that, you can use pita bread or toast. It needs to be something kind of flat, kind of hard. Tectonic plates sit on top of a mushier layer. It's a layer of molten rock. And we're going to model that with some sort of mushy substance from the kitchen like yogurt or applesauce or cream cheese, something that is kind of semi-solid, like the molten rock. We're going to make 4 different models. Here's how it works. Wash your hands and get your supplies together. You're going to need a big plate and your mushy stuff first. I'm using cream cheese. Put a dollop of it on the plate. Then get your crackers or cookies, your tectonic plates. You'll need 2 of them, and you're going to put them next to each other on top of your mushy stuff and press down and away from each other. When 2 tectonic plates slide away from each other, the mushy stuff, the molten rock underneath, gets pushed up a little bit. It sticks up. This is called a divergent plate boundary. The 2 plates are moving farther apart. They're diverging. This is happening along a line under the Atlantic Ocean. There's a great big divergent plate boundary that goes right through the Atlantic Ocean, and it goes through Iceland. And there's actually a spot in Iceland that's getting a little bit wider every year. Next, we'll see what happens when 2 plates move closer together. If you have one that's a little bit thicker, that's helpful, but you don't have to. The thicker plate represents the layer under a continent, like under North America, and the thinner plate represents the one under the ocean. And when they slide towards each other, the thinner one tends to slip under. So this happens when the plates under the ocean meets the plates under the land. They come together, so that's called a convergent plate boundary. That means coming together. That happens in places like California and Alaska, where the ocean plates slip under the continental plates. For the next part, you're going to need a little bit of water. We're going to make mountains. And to do that, we're going to need to make our tectonic plates a little mushy. So take the long edge and dip them in the water until they're mushy. I needed to dip mine for about 15 seconds. You want them soft enough so that they'll crumble and crumple when you smush them together. This is how mountain ranges are made. Some of the most beautiful and biggest mountains in the world were made by tectonic plates pushing together and crumpling the rock up and out of the way. For the last part, we take 2 crackers and we slide them past each other. We press them together and we kind of scrape one against each other. Imagine if this happened to 2 tectonic plates under the ground where you live. This can cause earthquakes. There's a very famous place where this happens in California called the San Andreas Fault, and that's why they have a lot of earthquakes in that area. After you make your models, show me a picture on Flipgrid, and then you get to eat it. Tectonic plates.